YouTube, what's going on? Got you the first build of Season of the Deep here on the channel, and it's covering the Gyrfalcons Hauberk. Now, I probably said that wrong. Alright, YouTube comments, go ahead, laugh at me, I know. It's fine. Anyway, it got better this season because of the artifact mods, and we're going to go over all of that now. But we're going to start off with the subclass setup over here. We're going to want Mobius Quiver. I prefer this. It does more damage and everything like that. You can use Deadfall if you want, though, if you prefer that. Gambler's Dodge, and Gambler's Dodge is going to refresh your Snare Bomb, which is a weaken effect, which is going to pair with the first aspect, Stylish Executioner, and works with Gyrfalcons Hauberk. So basically what's going to do is you're going to throw your smoke, you're going to get a kill on that weakened enemy, and it's going to send you invis, which is going to give you more volatile rounds from Gyrfalcons. Vortex Grenade, this is what I recommend. Basically, I think it's the best grenade on the Void subclass right now, but you can use any of these if you'd like. You're then going to want to make sure that you're running Vanishing Step. Now, Vanishing Step is how I like to start this play loop off, which I'll show you here in a little bit. Vanishing Step just basically sends you invis while dodging. So that's going to give us 4 fragments. Starting with Echo of Persistence, we're going to basically, any void buff that's applied to us invis, which we're obviously benefiting from. If we need to get away from anything, it's going to have an increased duration. Same with the Overshield and same with Devour. Now, the fun fact about this build, chat, this is going to benefit from all 3. You then are going to want to run Echo of Remnants, and this basically increases the duration of your Vortex Grenade. You want to swap this out if not running one of these grenades, Vortex, Void Wall, Void Spike, or the Axiom Ball. If you're running something different to those, you want to swap this fragment out. Then you're going to want to run Echo of Undermining. Now, usually we would run Echo of Cessation, but this season, because of the artifact mods, we don't need to run that, and we'll go over that here in a sec. Echo of Undermining weakens target, so another weaken effect is going to resend us invis with Stylish Executioner, so gives us more volatile rounds from Gyrfalcons. Then you're going to want to run Echo of Starvation, picking up a Void Breach or an Overpower, which in an Orb meta, we're always going to have Devour, and with the new mod on the artifact, we're always going to have Void Breaches, so we're always going to have Devour. So benefiting from all 3 of these. So we'll move to the artifact mods. Now, the artifact mods I'm going to suggest you go with, want to make sure you've got authorized mods Void. It's going to help with Void Surges, things like that affect your Void weapons. Okay, first one you want to pick up here though is Unto the Breach. Now, this is what we're replacing Echo of Cessation with. Defeating any void debuff target, such as volatile, suppression, etc., it will create a Void Breach while your Void subclass is equipped. You're always going to have Void Breaches. That's going to proc Devour, etc., etc., etc. Next one you're going to want is Protected Breach. Picking up that Void Breach is also going to give you an Overshield, so you're always going to have Overshields from this too, and you're going to be constantly making these Void Breaches. The next 2 mods you want to look at are these 2 right here. Supernova. Now, I think Supernova is going to be a lot better in endgame. Now, basically, when picking up a Void Breach, you're going to see at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen where your buffs and debuffs go, you're going to see Supernova Reddit. And basically, the next source of Void damage, it doesn't even have to be a kill or anything like that, just the next source of Void damage, whether it be your grenade, your weapon, or anything like that, it's going to send a large weakening pulse out and weaken all those targets. So in endgame and stuff that packs a bit more of a punch is going to be really, really good. Really fun mod. The other one that I've been playing with recently is a really, really good for team aspect. And what makes this so good is performing finishes is going to give your teammates a buff from yourself. So on this occasion, it's Devour, but it'll work with Amplified, it'll work with Woven Mail as well. The differences with Devour and what makes it so good for this build is Devour is able to be extended. So I had a Solar Titan join me, which obviously can't get Devour on their subclass. I finished an ad near him, it gave him 5 seconds of Devour. He can then extend that up to 10 seconds on a Solar Titan. Now we know how busted Solar Titan is, so now they have Devour as well from their Hunter teammates. Really, really, really good mod, and I highly recommend using it. In a team aspect, it's really, really good. So this is what I've been playing with the most, but this is going to be really good for endgame, so I highly recommend picking up both of them. Moving on to the stats, guys, you're going to want to make sure you're running 100 resilience, high mobility as you can, and then as high discipline as you can, and that covers your stats. On to the mods that we're going to want to use. Starting off on the helmet, 1 Ashes to Assets, and a Void Siphon. Void Siphon's obviously your rapid Void weapon, final blows, going to create an overpower. And then Ashes to Assets, unfortunately, we only can run 1 now because they don't cost 1 anymore. It's now cost 3, so we're going to get super energy on grenade kills. Moving on to the arms, 1 Firepower mod. These now cost 3 and not 1 anymore, unfortunately. We can run 1, run a Bolstering Detonation to help get your class ability back from doing damage with that said grenade that you're using as well. And then I just like to use a Void Loader because you're going to be using Void weapons here, so Void Loader is going to be really, really good. On the chest piece, running double charged up for now, but whenever I'm doing anything endgame, just change them out for resist mods, guys. You know the drill, whatever resist mods you need. Onto the boots. Now, as you can see here, now I'll put this recuperation mod on. This is what we would usually go with for any other build. Now, with this build, you don't need to. Please do not run recuperation on this build. And the reason being is picking up an overpower is grants Devour, so that's going to regenerate your health anyway, so you do not need recuperation. So you can swap this off. You can run elemental charge if you'd like, so you can get an armor charge from picking up the Void Breaches. I personally don't like this mod. I don't think it's very good, but you could use it, okay? You could also run something such as insulation, picking up an overpower power reduces your class ability, things like that, or innovation to get your grenade cooldown better. The one I suggest you run though is run triple void surges. This is going to give your void weapons a 22% damage boost, which is kind of huge, and I highly recommend doing that. And that's what I run. Onto the class item, we're going to run Reaper. So every time you dodge, your next weapon kill is going to generate another orb of power, so you're going to be constantly creating orbs of power to proc Devour, etc. Then I will run Bomber. So my dodge also procs reduce cooldown on my grenade. Then I'm running this brand new mod that came with this season, which I'm really enjoying right now, called Powerful Attraction. Whenever using my dodge, it's going to scoop up all the orbs that are nearby, and it has quite a big radius on it, and I'm really enjoying the mod right now. If you've seen anything going around right now, it's really good for spamming golden guns on Star Eater hunters. So enjoy this mod, it's really fun. So that covers pretty much the build. I'm pairing this with a Unforgiven SMG right now, which has been a lot of fun. The reason I'm using it is for Demolitionist, but it's also got Repulsor Brace, so you can actually use this with Repulsor Brace. Defeating a void debuff target grants an overshield. Now, between Repulsor Brace and the Artifact Mod Protected Breach, you have 100% uptime on an overshield. It's crazy. Honestly, it's so good. So that covers the build. We're gonna get into the play loop now. I'm just gonna take us to a lost sector that's just something really easy, just so I can show you the build and how the play loop works, so you guys know how to do it. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the way you want to start the play loop, guys, is go invis by using your dodge. Then get a kill. That's gonna create an orb of power and give you volatile rounds. Picking up that orb of power gives me Devour and my armor charge, and I still have volatile rounds because every time I get a kill, it is going to send me re-invis because of Stylish Executioner, and then out of invis to refresh volatile rounds. Picking up a void breach gives me my overshield, or refreshes my overshield depending on which one I do, and also procs Devour again if I need to. So it's ultimate add clear, constant re-invis. You can obviously use your grenades, which I've also got undermining, which resend me invis, create a void breach as well because it's weakening targets, and that is the play loop. You can also obviously throw your smoke, like I was saying earlier on when setting up the subclass, and it's the exact same thing. So literally that's all you want to do. Using all your abilities, using a Demolitionist weapon as well, you'll constantly get that grenade back really fast. You're going to be constantly going invis. You'll always have Devour. Look, as you can see, I have an overshield 100% of the time. It's actually really insane, and that pretty much covers the play loop. You can do this in endgame as well, guys. Anyone will tell you this build is ridiculously powerful. So enjoy the build, guys. Right, that concludes this build video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to drop a comment down below, or hop over into my Twitch chat and come and ask me live over on Twitch. I'm live Tuesday, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Always doing helps over there. We're going to be running dungeon helps this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you in the next one, gamers.